Start for the information. We wanted to start off with the sound information because when you plan your dream home, which I'm going to cover now, it's important to understand how many people in your family are going to be in your dream home and what kind of noise is going to be there. Some people like peace and quiet, yeah. But if you have kids or you have your grandkids there, they may make a lot of noise. And do you have that sound protection? So now we get started with the formal section here. So building your dream home. The first thing that I tell a lot of my clients is, number one, how do you currently live in your home? Right? Everybody is human and we have patterns, we have behaviors, and we end up going through the same motion every day. I said this in the last seminar a couple hours ago. When you wake up in the morning, you go to the toilet, you brush your teeth, you're using the same hand to brush your teeth, you use the same hand to turn on the faucet, and you do the same routine every morning. And you do the same routine when you come home, right? We're creatures of habit, okay? That's how you currently live in your home. Now, when you want to talk about your dream home, when you design it and build it, you want to know how you want to live. What kind of conveniences do you want in your home that you currently don't have? A good example is, my dad was a contractor and he built my mom's house. And I was a young boy, and growing up, when I washed dishes, I don't know why, we would wash from the left to the right, but the disposal is on the right-hand sink. Kind of weird. Like, I'm going to start on the left, I'm going to put all the stuff off the food and all that, but the disposal's on this side, so I got to start off with the right sink. Put all the food in the disposal, rinse it all down, and then put the plates over to the left side, wash it, then put it back into the other sink and move it again. So growing up, that's how I lived, okay? And so when I built my own home, I'm like, I don't want to live like that. And this is how I want to live. I want to dispose on the correct side, and that way I can function, okay? So in my home, it's actually the opposite. We do everything from the left to the right, because the way our kitchen is oriented. And the disposal's on the right sink first, and then I rinse, and then I dry it, right? Me being an Oriental background, I don't use dishwashers. I do everything, we do the whole dishes ourselves. So, how you want to live, okay? The most important thing is you can look up magazines, you can look up House or Pinterest and all these different pictures and gather and collect and make your wish list. These are the things that I want. That's important. Put all the wants that you want on there. And then from there, you kind of have an idea of what you want. Okay? At that point, then you come down to a contractor who's either a contractor like me who has a design company all in one, or you go to a designer, or you go to just a regular contractor and he brings you to a designer. And what we're going to end up doing is we're going to tell you what you can have, the needs, like what's important on there, what you cannot have. Okay? So example, we are the doctors of construction. So if you come to me and say, I want all this in my dream home, but I only got this much money, then I'm going to tell you you can't have all those things, right? Or vice versa. I want all these things in my home, but you're not going to tear down your home. You want to do it in your current structure. Then I'm going to tell you these are your limitations of what you can and cannot do, right? So you come up with your symptoms and your wishes, what you want, and then we'll be over there telling you with the codes and the laws and all that what you can and cannot do in your environment. If you're going to build your dream home from scratch, well, there's not a lot of limitations you got. The truth is, if it's from the ground up build, there's more flexibility. That's the truth. Okay? The only limitation is to your property size. Are you in an association or not? Do you have association restrictions? Or are you in a neighborhood that you have to worry about height restrictions? Not to block people's view, right? Those kind of things. There's also codes involved where we have setbacks. So you have your 5-foot setbacks on both of your houses. You cannot build on those setbacks. On the back of your house, your front of your house has setbacks. There's also codes that the city and county enforces that if you have a 5,000 square foot property, you're not building the bottom footprint over 50%. But I want my downstairs 3,000 square feet, Gavin. Well, you can't, because the code says you only can go up to 50%, which is 2,500 square feet. So that's for us to tell you guys, okay, this is what you want, but this is what all you can get, and help you tailor your dream home, and putting as much conveniences that you want in your dream home to make your dream home. Okay? Other important things that you want to know in your dream home is what type of materials and colors you like. Hence, why you went to all those applications and printed out all the pictures and colors and those kind of things, so that when we sit with you, we're going to be able to look at what you're thinking, whether you want a contemporary modern design or a traditional or like a big open concept in your home. And we're going to be able to look at that and tell you roughly what kind of cost we can work with. Yeah? And knowing what kind of cost we can work with will help you create what we call a budget. Okay? So if you're in your mind thinking, I want to do my dream home and I got $200,000, but yet your wish list is $500,000, there's going to be a disconnect there. So what we want to do is work together so we can say, what can we give you in your dream home for the dollar amount that you're looking at, or is there other opportunities to achieve the same look and design without sacrificing too much of the quality? Right? That's where we come in, and that's where we can look at it and look at different options. Sometimes you go to the car dealerships and you want that Lexus, but you're ending up dealing with the Toyota instead, right? You know, and you don't have to get the cheap Toyota, you can get the Avalon, which is right there on the Lexus line. So like that, we would be able to see what kind of things that we can put in there to help you achieve the looks that you like without sacrificing quality. Okay? That's if you're doing everything with brand new build. It's so much easier that way. A lot of my colleagues out there, they don't want to go and salvage your home. You say, let's tear your house down right away. Okay, well, wait a second. Here at Montage Decor, we don't believe in that unless that's something that you want to do. Here at Montage Decor, we'll look at your home and see what we can salvage. Yeah? Example, my dad built my mom's house in 1976. It's a brick house, split block, call it Mason's Pride, and he has a Monia tile roof on that thing, and it's a pretty big house with 5 bedrooms and 3 baths and whatnot. And when he built that house over there, you know, it's 40 years old, okay? And someone wants to go over there, I want to renovate this and this and this. Do we tear it down? No, right? I mean, I'll look at my mom like, no, you don't want to tear this house down, right? Unless you're going to do something else with the land and do investments, like don't tear it down. Right? You're wasting the money because you have the shell, you have the roof, and after I did the inspection, all the roof trusses are in good condition. The walls are in good condition. Why would you do anything with that and throw that money away? Well, for me, I don't want to do that either. So I'll tell you guys, if I look at your home, and your home looks like the shell is in good condition, we can salvage your home. I want to do the surgery. That's what we call it at Montage Decor. We want to do the surgery on your home to see what we can do for your money. Because when you tear a house down, even though some other people will tell you, oh, I can make it cheaper for you that way, that's not true, right? It's not true at all, right? Because now you're going to do a foundation and all these other levels that you may not have needed, okay? So, example, I'm building my dream home right now. I actually have a house that I live in, but I bought another house in Pro City. And it's a nice property, but the property has 6,600 square feet, and it was losing 7 feet of slope on one whole side because the house is elevated, and there was a slight slope, and then had the road over there, a small retaining wall, maybe about 3 feet. That was what a waste of property. So when I looked at that place and I thought about how I want to design it, I wanted to make a retaining wall. But personally for me, I don't like CMU, I don't like blocks, because I grew up doing that with my father. I like real rocks, you know? So I have a big retaining rock wall going around the whole property, and I was able to grade the land so it's flat now, so I gained my whole property, and I'm going to put a fence and whatnot. It's still under construction. But when we did the interior of the home, instead of, everyone told me, Gavin, the house is old, it's in the 60s, tear the thing down. And I'm like, why? I looked in the truss. The trusses are all in good condition. There's hardly any termite damages. The walls are in good condition. The concrete's in good condition. I might want to change the cast iron pipes and put ABS pipes. So all I got to do is do some saw cuts, and I can save money. Doing the surgery on the home is a lot cheaper for me doing the renovation than tearing the whole thing down and rebuilding the whole thing. Okay? So example, if I completed the project and it was for a customer, not because I'm doing the work myself, right? I could have done my whole house project for about $350,000. The whole renovation. It's a brand new house, have all new windows, all new doors, all new sidings on the outside, all new drywall on the inside, all new shower, bath fixtures and everything, retaining wall, grass and all, right? For about $350,000 is what I would charge a customer to do so. Now to turn on the house and build a house similar with all that, I'd probably be $500 something thousand to $600,000 charging the customer to build that home. So do you save money doing the surgery? Sure, definitely. You know, if you're skilled and you're a skilled contractor that can do that, great. You're saving the customers money, and you're saving a lot on the foundation and all these other work. I got new electrical on that whole thing too, and it's commercial wire too, right? So don't let other people tell you you need to tear down your house because it's simple for them just to build it, and they can make an extra $100,000 plus on your house. That's not worth your time. You can throw that extra money into the cabinets, the countertops, the finishes. That's your value. That's what you want in your dream home. In your dream home, you want that nice cabinet with the soft clothes, with the pull-out drawers, the trash bins. We want all these tricks and things in our dream home, right? We also want that, we don't want the bathtub anymore, we want that shower in there, right? Maybe you want the rain shower on the top. I saw it on TV one day. I want this in my shower, right? You know, maybe I want my open concept room. I don't want to be, my kitchen is all crammed in here. I want it to look open here with a galley kitchen and a sink and all that. Maybe that's how you want to live in your dream home, right? Maybe you want that alarm system with the cameras and you want to have air conditioning in every room. Not the wall one that's expensive, but like, you know, split AC or central air. You want to put those kind of conveniences in your home. That's where your money should go, to your finishes. Not to wasting extra money on concrete, roof truss that you might not need, right? So let a professional contractor go in there and do an assessment, and they can prove to you why you need to tear your house down, right? Versus trying to do the surgery at your home. And if there's a slightly little termite damages, I can bring a termite inspector in there, and they can screen your home, and then I can go and adjust whatever little damage had before, and then make everything brand new again. So with that, I just wanted to share that when you do your dream home, it's going to come down to deciding if you're going to keep your existing house or not, number one. And then two, what kind of conveniences that you want and what kind of colors that you want in there. And anyone can put it together for you. Okay? So with that, do you guys have any questions that I may be able to answer to help you build your dream homes? Yes, sir.
How did you finance your remodel during the house?
Okay, so for me, my house has equity in it because I got the house for $630,000, and there was $780,000 equity. It was worth $780,000. So to begin with, I had equity in the home, but I didn't even need to touch that yet because I had a savings account. So I was using my savings account to finance it. But if you needed to, I have two houses. I could go to the bank and pull a HELOC out of because I qualified for it, and I could pull out the $350,000. So Bank of Hawaii right now has a HELOC for the 2 years, which is 2.75, a 3-year, which is 3.75, and any prolongation after that, if you want a 15-year, which it kind of turns to a personal loan, is 4%, but you can take out the $250,000 if you qualify, for example. There's other tiers as well as you can go to. You can go to a 300,000 tier, 350 tier, and so forth with different interest rates. So when you look for finances for your home, you want to look at HELOCs, number one, home equity line of credits. You want to look at, can you refi? Can you do a reverse mortgage? Right? Different banking options that will help you through this. So the first place, if you don't have the finances available in your account, would be go to your bank. That's the number one place I would tell you to. Go to your bank and talk to your bank there and find out from the lender, hey, this is what I want to do. What can we do together? This is the equity. This is my debt to income ratio. And from there, they'll be able to help you with some kind of financing for your project. Other type of financing that we offer, for example, is we also have a product called Cambria, which is a countertop brand. And Cambria, if you qualify, will finance your kitchen for $75,000. Right? As long as you use the Cambria countertop, that's your deal. You use the Cambria countertop in your project, we'll finance you $75,000 and you pay us slowly back until you pay it in full. That's their deal they got there. So those kind of options that sometimes we help people with the kitchen renovation only do that. In case I only got 30,000. Well, your kitchen's going to be like $60,000. Well, I only got 30,000. Well, why don't we do this Cambria opportunity? And a lot of times it helps the homeowner go through it. So we have a lot of different tricks. I don't only use Bank of Hawaii. We have First Hawaiian Bank. We have Aloha Pacific Credit Union partnered with us as well. So there's a lot of different options that we might be able to help you guys as well to get your finances. Because if we can help you get finances, then you have money to do your renovations. Sorry.
How many years of remodeling your house does it cover? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years?
Oh, I'm sorry. What's the question one more time?
How long will your remodeling take place? Is it a 1 year period, 2 year period, 3 years?
Okay, for me to remodel my own home?
Yes.
If I was going to do your home, for example, I could do it within 3 to 4 months. But for my home, because I'm just trying to fill it in when I can,
Right.
now it's taking like 6 months. Yeah, because I only can do it whenever because I got plenty of jobs I got to take care of priority first. So, but yeah, usually it's about 3-4 months, and I'm done with the full home remodel, everything from the top to bottom, get it out. So for me, I'm kind of strict, yeah. I'm a little different. I don't start your project until I got all your finished materials ready in the warehouse. Yeah, without all your materials ready, no sense we start. I'm not gonna. The cabinet is coming in 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not gonna start your project until I got the cabinets. I'm not gonna start your project until I got the windows sitting in my office, right? Those kind of things. Now you want to have everything ready because if you don't have all your products ready, what's gonna happen is you're gonna have delays on your project, and you don't want to have delays on your project, especially if you're not going to live in your home while the construction is going on and you're going to have to rent someplace. That's an extra financial burden, yeah, that you don't want. Okay, so other things that we do in our company is we have storage opportunities. So we partnered up with self-storages, and what they'll do is they'll give you guys a good price through our company, and they will come in and they'll pack for you if you like, and they'll move all your stuff to a climate-controlled storage, and when you're done with the project, they'll bring it all back, and they give you a special rate for that. So there's no stress for the homeowner to pack their stuff and move it and whatnot. They'll do it for you. Yeah? And I did that for 2 projects. For the water supply, had a water main break and it flooded 2 units on a property in Seaview Avenue. And 2 of my clients got flooded over there. I went over there and I said, let's get the mover company in here. They gave them the price. They're like, wow, that's cheap. They got all their stuff out. They moved it to the self-storage and we started the construction right away. Yeah? Any questions anybody got? Yes, sir?
How about projects that require permitting?
Yeah.
Permitting can delay.
You sure
the
can.
start.
Yeah. So what we want to do with the permits is we want to get your project set up right away so that we can apply for the permit. Okay. There is only certain circumstances that they will allow a speedy process on a permit, such as emergency, or such as an elderly person that really needs something seriously, like, now they cannot function at all. So certain circumstances, we can push the inspectors to help push the review through, but other circumstances, it's a long journey. Right now, the city and county only has 2 plan reviewers for residential on the whole island. Okay, so that causes a drag. And we've been using a back door called R&R, or like a repair permit, or remove and replace permits. But now they're starting to clamp down on that. Like we would do that and tell the inspector, we pulled this, but we got a permit going through. We know it's going to take you 4 to 6 months. Can we just get the thing started, knowing that you have the application number? And a lot of them were playing ball at first. That's not the right way of doing it, don't get me wrong. But they're allowing it because of the circumstances. But now they're kind of clamping down on that. So they're really trying to get the permit through quicker on their side, but we're at their mercy. And ma'am, you had a question back there? Yeah. So the question is, if you have an empty lot and want to do a hurricane safe room, yes, I can build whatever you want to build. So we have excavating equipment that we can excavate it and then pour the concrete with the rebar and all that. And what we need to do is have the proper engineering involved, and then we can definitely do that. We actually did one house in Manoa up the heights. I forgot the name of that road up there, but she actually had a basement in her home. One of the few homes that I've seen in Hawaii that actually had a basement. And the basement was leaking. So I had to go over there on the outside and excavate and then waterproof the whole thing that way. Yeah? And then I also had one more in, I want to say, Wailaike. The lady also had embedded in the rocks down there like a basement as well. So we had to go underneath the house and we had to dig and we had to water treat that wall because that was kind of like a safe one for them as well. So the answer to that is yes, we can build whatever you want to build in your home. Any other got questions? That's it? Ask all the questions you guys want. Yes. If you design it that way, you can. Yeah. But just remember when we do that, you want to make sure not only for the bottom, but on the top too, because if the hurricane knocks everything and you're going to be pinned under there, then you're going to kind of get stuck. Yeah. So what they usually do on the designs that I do see for emergency shelters like that, they actually have the basement and it goes up to a shaft, yeah, and it's all solid with solid ground CMU, and they do a concrete top on there. And then that's the room that they enter from the top floor. And they actually have a double secure door, and it takes you to the stairs that goes down to the shelter. So that whole core of the home is actually protected that way. So for if you had like the missile alert that came in, and that thing hit us or whatever, you'd be okay in that sense. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. Yeah. That's a really good question. So what I do, I'll tell you what I do though. I tell you not to live in your home, okay? And I'll tell you why. If I'm going to do a full renovation in your home, you don't want to live in your home for a couple of reasons. Number one, your daily routine, which everybody has, is going to be majorly disrupted. And there's going to be dust and destruction and noise and rubbish, and you're going to be stressed out. Overwhelmed stress. That the first person you're going to blame is me when you see me. Okay, that's the truth. That's the truth. And it's really stressful. Okay? The second thing that's going to be a problem is that when you're home, you're going to look at every little detail, even though we're not done yet. And then you're going to say, Gavin, or you might email me actually a whole list of things. And I'll be like, okay, calm down. We're not done yet. We're still in the process of construction. I'd be happy to do a walkthrough with you when the project is completed. Right? But that's the first thing that comes out. So the best thing to do when you have a full home renovation is let me do the big reveal at the end. Right? That's what you want, dream home, right? So I do have a lot of property management friends, right? I myself is going for my realtor license, and they can help you put you in a place temporarily. Yeah. So I'll put you in contact, you would call them, and I'll give them a heads up. I got a customer, 3 months, 4 max just in case. You got a place on the market before someone puts in a long term on that rental property that you can squeeze somebody in for 3-4 months. And if they say yeah, they'll go for it. Some of them, they actually have their own properties and they're okay squeezing them in temporary or whatnot as well. So I help people find a place, if anything. Okay, any other question? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so I partnered up with a self-storage company, and they will come in and they'll look at it first, and they'll give you a price. They're pretty, really fair, and they'll pack it for you if you want them to. I would tell you to pack a suitcase and things that are real, private or whatnot, or of value, then take that away yourself. But everything else, they'll pack it for you, and they'll move it to the self-storage, and they're real picky because they're going to make you stay there and watch them move the stuff. And then they're going to make you drive there and watch them open the truck and then take it upstairs. And then they're going to have you lock the self-storage with your own lock. That's how strict they are. I was really impressed. And it's a climate controlled, so you don't have to worry about the heat or anything. And then you pay for the term that it's there. Okay? At the end of it, when it's all done, we schedule with them and they'll bring everything back for you. And, when you're there with them, okay, you give them a designation. This is master bedroom. Or this is this room or whatever. So if you have a son, for example, your son's room, of course, it's not going to be the exact same place after I renovate. Maybe not, it would change. So you're going to tell them, Brandon's room, for example, or Joy's room, or master bedroom, that kind of stuff, and designate. So when they come back in, we'll be there. We'll tell them, kitchen, this is the kitchen here. That's the Kyan's room. This is so-and-so's room. And they'll move the boxes into those locations. And then you'll be there as well, so when we do the big reveal in your shell, I want my sofa here, I want my nightstand here. So there's no stress involved, and it's so easier, right? All you have to do is open your stuff and put your clothes away and those things. right, at the end of that. That's a lot better than the pod. Because the pod sits outside in the hot sun. And if you ever open the pod, it's really hot. Yeah, and it can damage your furniture and other belongings. So you don't want to have a pod. Sometimes if it's a short project, why not? Okay, that's the best thing you can do on a short project. Or move it into another side of the house for now. We're working on a bathroom, for example, only. Or move it in here because I'm working on a master bedroom or something like that. So those situations, yeah, that's fine. But if you're going to do a full dream home or full renovation, the self-storage is the best way to go. And we partnered up with them too, and it makes it a lot smooth and easy for everybody. Anybody else have questions? What? Nothing? Yes? Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay, so Manoa. Understanding geographical areas on the island, Manoa has a lot of clay, dirt, and rocks. A lot of rocks and a lot of clay dirt. So when you go over there and you start digging, besides the clay dirt that's there, there's big boulders and big rocks in there. And a lot of times you have to go with a machine and chip all that out. So the cost of construction is really expensive on those kind of parts. I'll tell you this, my Hicks home, when I lived in Waihawa, I lived in my cousin's house. It was a Hicks home, I was renting from them. It's on post in here, no hurricane cliffs, single wall construction, Totong roof and all, this old casement windows with single hung window with the lids on it. And I went to 2 hurricanes. And not Iniki hitting it, right? It was Hurricane Eva and the brunt of Iniki, but not like how Kauai took it. And the house didn't even budge. Yeah, and then you look at the houses, not saying it can't, but you look at the houses in Lower Pearl City, built in the 1930s, same kind of system houses, and they're still surviving. So sure, definitely if there was a major hurricane, it would be gone. I don't doubt it. But in this case here, I survived. I'd rather be in a high school cafeteria, safe in there with the food and stuff, than living in my own home in a disaster and then I gotta be partly in shambles and stuff. I'd rather than they give me the insurance money after and then I can rebuild my home or something then. But that's just me. Anybody else? Hey, if you got anything else there, I got 2 booths over here. I have the Montage Decor booth if you was able to check it out. And I'm also owner of a company called John Cook Kitchens. I actually brought them back to the show. The owner, Mark, is a great guy. He ran the business for 30 years. He retired, went to Haiti, and got married over there. He's on a mission, and he's trying to fix the town and have a church and all that things there. I think it's a great cause that he's doing over there. And I was fortunate that he let me take over the business and buy it from him. So, I got a wonderful team out there as well. They're actually good kitchen and bath designers. Give them a chance, take a look what they got as well. And my showroom is in Waipahu for Montage Decor. We have a nice, about 3,000 square feet of showroom over there. You can take a look at it. I got my team of guys there. As well as if you go to John Cook by the airport in Makuna Puna, don't worry, we're not in the direct flood zone area. We're in the street over that. But when you go over there, we have a kitchen showroom over there as well. Yeah? So without any questions, I'm Gavin Ishikawa. If you need my card, I can give you my business card, or I come to one of our booths, and we'll be happy to service you in any way we can. Thank you so much for your time.